Lara Perrotte works within various roles within the camera department, from cinematographer to assistant camera to B camera operator, central loader, her role in The French Dispatch, and a handful of others. Now, we're so curious to dig into the mechanics of what literally makes the films we love and hear and give a fresh perspective on the production process from her unique vantage point. Laura, thank you so much for joining us today, ma'am. And you look elegant and your lighting is awesome. Your first credit was in 2010, doing assistant camera on The Woman on the Sixth Floor. Now, let me ask you this. Did something in particular inspire you to make movies? And if so, what was your experience like going from deciding you wanted to work in film to actually working on your first production?
The first thing that inspired me on the Woman on the first floor was my first experience as trainee. I was amazed by all the productions, the cameras, the actors, the work of the DP, who was very cool and very friendly, and he was doing a great job. And also the energy about the set atmosphere, who is very intense. And when I put one step on the system, on the business, I feel directly that I wanted to work on the camera industry, because I'm a big fan of images.
Is it challenging, like because it seems like there's so many advancements in technology to even keep up with the changes in cameras, or does it stay the same as far as like directors using traditional film or sticking with cameras that were used 30 years ago?
Yeah. There is a gap, very important. But when I started my career with I started with all film. All my first movie was in film, and then it become I saw the transition with a numeric movie, and I saw also the DP changing their way to make light. And at this moment, I feel that with the numeric, I feel it that it can be more easy as woman to do some images, and that's why I've done some a short movie and clip when I years ago, because it was in numeric, so it's more stressful, because you see what you are shooting.
So in 2011, we're going to get into I'm so curious about all the technical details of the nuances of different camera positions. You were the assistant camera on Intouchables, and then in 2012, you were second assistant camera on The Lookout. These positions, they sound similar, but they both come with unique responsibilities as far as what I've read in the research for this. So like assistant camera, you're essentially pulling focus, and as second assistant, you're marking the takes and keeping footage organized for post-production. Is that fair assessments of those positions?
Yeah, it's completely different. It's completely different. On The Untouchable, I was video assist, and it was amazing because I was very close. When you are at the video assist job, it's you are very close to the director and to the script, so you are. And you also are in front of the monitor, so you see you are in a camera department, but you are also on the heart of the director, because you are in the secret of the acting and all the story. So it's very interesting to know how he's managing and you see all the process. So it was very. I've done a lot of movie. I've done four or five movie on the video video assist because I wanted to see big director on work, and I've worked with Olivier Dahan, who was amazing to feel what he can how he feel a scene when he was watching him, feeling the intensity of the acting. It's a privilege I think, to be on the video assist part, and it's completely different when you pass second AC, because it's not the job. It's different because you are more with you are very close to the focus puller and doing so in French we don't do the board because it's more the grip who is doing that, but you deal with all the film production and organization, and you have to deal with all the equipment, and so it's not at all the same work.
With the focus puller, I feel like for myself personally, if I was tasked with that, I would be sweating, like, because you have like the cinematographer getting this perfect shot and the performance is perfect, and you're just like, oh, like, does that ever happen, or is it that nervousness that like it might be a little soft or something?
Yeah, it's about all the respiration, the breathe. It's all about breathing, and then keep it slow, and everything is going to be all right, and you have to be focused in what you are doing, and have a good second AC with you. And
That's what I was going to ask. Is it more so like a dance, like you guys are dancing to a metaphor?
Yeah.
You got to be in perfect symmetry and understand and know each other.
Yeah, it's exactly that. And about the stress, I know how to manage it because I've been an ex-high level athlete. I've done karate and for a long time, and I was on the French team. I've done a lot of competition, French competition and international competition. So I know well myself to manage the fear and the stress. I know how to feel a sensation, and it's like when you are on set and you have the actor. So it's the set generally is very calm, and you just have to be very conscious about what is going on, and very focused and calm, and take your mark, and then feel the movement of your operator and the actor, and feel, and generally your hand is following, your hand follow what you see. So it's like it became natural.
So the second assistant side, as far as keeping shots organized, that's interesting to me, because that's one of my favorite parts when doing a production is the organizational side. It's just, there's something satisfying about that. But I imagine on a larger scale, there's a lot more that goes into it. And I was just curious about what your process was like as far as keeping the shots organized.
I use Zoelog with an app. I think very famous. No, it's very precise, very rapid, and it make a clean log.
Now, let me ask you this. You were also the video operator in The Intouchables as well as 2012's The Dream Team. Can you tell us about, I know we've talked about various positions, but just simply as a video operator, what are you generally tasked with?
In French, video assist is it's a little bit particularly because it's not like in UK or in United States. It's not a real job. It's a job, but it's part of the law of camera operator. So generally, it's someone who are more than a trainee. So it's a job where people start to work on the camera department. So generally, it's a young people who just left the school and then try to start to work in the industry. I like choosing my video assist by the energy and the motivation. If they have a good mood and they want to learn a lot and they have a good energy and they're not quick.
Oh man, did you send her our resumes? She's describing us. We learn quick, so high energy, want to get paid. Yeah.
It sounds like a gate, like so that's kind of like the gateway role into cinematography or that whole world where you can you're getting to be around the camera, but you don't have to like bear the burden of like a crazy responsibility as far as what you're doing.
It sounds essential though. Like you can learn so much from that position.
Yeah. I've learned a lot, and I've done a lot, and I've met a lot of first AC and second AC who after year call me as I second AC. So I think the quality request for a job is to be very conscious and loving each job and know a few things about camera. And if you don't know anything, like me, when I work on my first commercial, I didn't know anything, but I know that I wanted to work on camera and to learn on sets because I was terrible at school. It wasn't for me, and but I really wanted to work, and I was amazing by a BNC. I wanted to go on set. So I think when you want something, your feeling your vibe are intense, and you make it well.
Let's move forward a little bit. Now, in 2013, you were the cinematographer on the short film Alias Tito. Now, what was that?
That's Alias.
Damn it! I looked over that 12. No, seriously, I did.
I know.
And I knew I was going to mess it up. All right, we're coming back, and I'm going to say it with so much more confidence. Watch this. 3, 2. In 2013, you were the cinematographer on the short film Alias Tito. What was that experience like? Now, being the person where the buck stops with you as far as what's captured to film.
It was amazing. It was yeah. amazing performance. I love it.
Because that's what you were initially wanting to get into, right? Is like you being the camera, the person that's actually hands on the camera.
Yes.
Or eye on the lens.
Same.
Yeah. But that's like the DP or cinematographer is a position that you're aspiring to at the end of the day, right?
Yeah. I this experience I really enjoy it because I feel when I was it I feel to be in my place. I love it to be on the art on the construction of the art with the dialogue with the director, with the art department, the conversation to have with the grip and with the best boy. So it was very peaceful because it was all about heart and it's not about technical, because when you are first AC, you are more or AC, you are more in technical part, managing stuff, thinking about gear. So it's not about, you are not a part of the creation. And I really love the dialogue.
Yeah, I could definitely appreciate that because it's rewarding to be on a film set and be a part of making a movie be a movie, but there's this whole other rewarding aspect to being engaged creatively, or at least being able to exercise that creative part of your brain. And I imagine that it'd be like when you're not in that position, is it ever like, do you have like ideas like you can, are you able to shut off the creative side, like even when you're not in that position where you're making creative calls, are you able to shut that off, or are you having to always silence like, no, this, they're doing that, I'm doing this?
Well, that depends because I have also a relation with the DP who is trusting me, and sometimes also they are so they are their mind so blown up by all the stress or all the things that they have to deal with the trouble, the production, and then the timing, and then when you are on the technical when you are first AC, you are very close to the DP, and you can feel you feel it. You feel that there is something if it that is missing. So sometimes when I feel it, and I think it's a right time also to tell him things like about light, or about when you are moving plans, and when you are moving shots, and sometimes they go quick, and because timing running on, and sometimes it's more the background more is more high. So I said, I'm not sure. Let's see with the DIT if it's okay. I have this feeling that it's not equal. So it's only it's on I it's my only target that I have on the parts creation. So when I see something, I said, I'm not sure about that, or I don't feel it. Are you sure? Are you sure that it's cool? And then after that, they think, and they said, okay, no, maybe you're right, or maybe no, I feel it like that, and that's it.
Yeah, I think Harold Ramis said in one of his last interviews was something that is so true when you're trying to make the best movie possible. He's like, it doesn't matter where a great idea comes from. It doesn't have to come from me as a director, or it can come from anybody. If it's a great idea, if it's the best idea, then it's the best idea. And that's, and then to be a cinematographer and working like closely with somebody like you that you can trust, it's got to be great in those moments where the tensions are so high, or you're just kind of burnt out on creativity, to have somebody like you there that can step in with a fresh perspective.
Because we are a team, so we are here to make the greatest best movie ever. So we are with the director, with the DP, and with the production, and then so we are a team, and I think it's very important to trust his intuition, and to tell him, just even if it's important to tell it, and then after he managed to take it or to leave it. But after that, it's not your problem. It's not your business. You just have these feelings, these sensations, and it's important to speak it, to tell it, and but on the right time. Sometimes, it's not.
Know your audience, as they say. Gotta know your audience and time and place. Let's talk about The French Dispatch. Now, you were the central loader for the film. Again, that role's definition seems to run parallel with second assistant camera and camera loader, at least from what we've read. Is that right? And if not, please elaborate.
No, it's not.
Dirt it. How dare you?
We are on the same level, but my specialty is to deal with all the film stock. It's a very hard part also, because on this French Dispatch, it was a very high responsibility, and I was very pleased to be called for this movie. It was particularly for me because I was started to be first AC. So when I was called, I was in Morocco doing a movie as first AC, and Vincent Scotté, the focus puller on the movie, called me and proposed me this movie. I was, wow, yeah. Of course, I'm doing it. I will doing this movie with you, because it's like a dream come true to work with this kind of director. It's huge. It was one of my most beautiful experience for everything.
I read. We'll definitely in just a moment get into the specifics of what your job entailed and what that looked like for you on a daily basis. But I'm curious about like the in between moments when, because I had read that the production, like Wes Anderson and the location scouting, they pretty much found a small town in France that they just kind of set up shop there completely, and most of the production crew, the actors, all just kind of stayed there like an adult sleepaway camp for the duration of the production, living, working, eating together. Was that your experience, or can you expand on that at all?
I think we was 600 people working on the show, on the film, so it was a huge. So all the crew was on town on the different apartment, and the main crew, the production director and all the actor was not really at 15 minutes from town, but otherwise all the crew was in town, split it in all town.
That's really cool. So you kind of like set up just almost like an extended family for the production.
Fantasy camp for filmmakers.
Yeah.
It feels good. Let me ask you this. Now, you've been on a ton of production sets. Let me ask you this, but specifically to the French Dispatch, what was an average day on set like being there compared to what all the other sets you've been on?
It was very intense because I central loader, I wasn't allowed to be on the set, because Wes Anderson, he likes to work with, even it's a huge production with a huge set, he likes to shoot like a short movie. So he wants nobody on sets who are not working or allowed to be on set. Even the art department wasn't on set. There was always far behind, and if we need to do some makeup readjustment, we call them to come on set. But so he want nobody on set, and I was on a little truck that I manage, and I have a lot of video and picture, and I put all my tents, my changing bag on the car, and I was doing I was passing all my day in the car doing loading and I have one runner who was bringing the mag on set.
To load the film in the camera, Is the camera coming back to you, or are you going to the camera?
No, I was loading the mag in the truck and breathing. And when it was time to reload, at this time I was able to come on set to bring the mag, and the first AC was doing the loop, and then I put it the rush to my truck, who was outside the studio. But on set, I have a lot of full mag ready to be loaded.
Is it like every 5 minutes you're going in there, or is there some like 20 minutes, 30 minutes because they're setting up the next shot or something like that? Like,
no, it's every 5 minutes. I needed to go in because I had a few magazine, but not a lot. So you have to reload all the time, because if you wait too much, after that you can be in a rush.
yeah, come on! I feel the magic happening. Let's go! Like, oh shit! Hold on!
Where's the mag?
One of my favorite shots of the movie is the one looking down on Moses and Simone when he proposes to her. I love the way it kept like juxtaposing on that shot. And I think I saw a picture on your Instagram that looked like it could have been the setup for that shot. It was the camera was kind of hanging, looking down. Is that right? I kind of assumed that it was either done practically, or the way I would have done it is just got it wide enough to get both of them and then did a 180 in post on it. But
everything is in real, so we've done a lot of the special effect. We've done all is in real, so it was very impressive to do it, to see it, because Wes Anderson was doing the timing. He was counting, and 1, 2, and everybody was a part, very important. And if someone wasn't on the good timing, it was we start back one, because but he liked to have a control on everything, and he do it all in real. The sequence shot with the dolly, it was amazing to see all the grip doing the movement, because it was so impressive. And that was for me the most interesting part, because he's working with the same grip as a long time ago, and he's Indian, and he's amazing grip, doing a lot of he's an engineer, so that's why Wes Anderson want him on each movie, because he's very, very impressive.
Okay, and with that being said, let me ask you this. Do you have a favorite memory from the production? Maybe not anything technical, maybe someone you worked with, or something you saw, or something maybe that inspired you?
Yes, the DP, Robert Yeoman. I really love it to see him work, because he was so calm. He know exactly what he was doing, always having a good energy, and it was very peaceful to see him. He know very well Wes Anderson, and so we always he always have a step forward, so it was a very reconfortant, and he had to see him doing the great light installation, and to be so kind. It's a real pleasure, because it's not easy on this kind of production, who is very stressful with the all the problem you can have. So no, it was great. And the producer Octavia and Jason was also amazing, because I was always in deal with the production to manage the film stock, because all the film was coming from United States, and to make it come in France, it wasn't easy. So we always and we footage a lot. So I was in very close collaboration with them, and it was very, very cool, because I feel it like we were a team,
Yeah.
So it's very important, because in film you can have some stress, because we were shooting in black and white and in color, and the film in black and white was a very big deal, because to make it real, it's 3 weeks of working process. So before the shoot, it was a very at the beginning, it was more in color and a small part in black and white. And very soon, Wes Anderson decided to shoot more in black and white, because he really loves the texture and the quality and the contrast. So he decided to shoot both scenes in color and in black and white.
There's so much more that I'd love to ask you about this, but I know we're running short on time. We're going to move on from the French Dispatch. Before we do, I just want to leave it up to you if there's anything else that you think fans of the film would find interesting that we haven't covered. And for specifically myself, I'm just curious. I don't know if you have the number in your head or a roundabout, but I'd really love to know how many feet of film was burned on the French Dispatch to make something that amazing. What's the
from here to Yuma?
And if that's proprietary information, I completely understand. But
the entire film, it was crazy. I think it was more or less around 3,000.
Wow.
She's testing you though. You should know, because she told you, if I'm not mistaken, I paid attention. So if this is the recap portion of the interview, she said about 1,000 feet of film gets you about 5 minutes. So if you know the running time of the film.
Have we made movies before? We know that the running time does not equate to the raw footage. That's not that simple.
Okay, give or take about another hour or two.
It was a lot. Some days per day, my average was I was doing between 35 and 40 rolls per day of 100 foot. So it was like it was huge.
Was there anything else that you wanted to share about the French Dispatch production before we moved on?
No, it was an amazing shot, and it was very interesting to see how Wes Anderson was dealing all the big industry, because when we were shooting, it looks like a short movie. It looks like a friend, a very good friend who are doing a movie.
We like to say that you're a part of the 40/40 Club. And what we mean by that is, of course, that you have done nearly about 40 projects that you worked on. And what we wanted to know, is there a particular memory that stands out, or a story that you'd like to share from any of these nearly 40 productions that you've been a part of? Just one story, if you would like to share one.
The one story who is very, very cool to know. When we break for lunch, it was crazy, because we had a a small catering only for the main crew, and they bring table and chair, and they bring a Tupperware and thermos, and all the color of the thermos with the soup inside was choose by Wes Anderson himself. So I've eat my sandwich in front of Adrian Brody, who was very close to me, doing having the soup on the set. So it was crazy because it was unique, you know.
If Adrian Brody is sitting close to you, his nose is touching you.
Huh?
That's
No, I didn't know. No, that's no. He's my coworker. You would not do my coworkers this way.
I'm not doing him anyway. He makes it work. Anyway, so I wanted to I love what you say about Wes Anderson choosing the specifics of like even down to mealtime, because it's like it goes back to him having everybody in this this area where the production's taking place. It's like total immersion.
Yeah, total immersion, and he choose everything. You know, everything is on his control. Even the thermos was the same color as the table.
Welcome to my world.
I think that's smart when you're making movies like he is, because he creates these kind of like alternate realities in the worlds that he creates in his movies. So I feel like it's probably helpful to keep that aesthetic and that just the nuances of his world like carry over even when you're not shooting, because it's such a, like you said, Adrian Brody was having there's times where it's challenging with the lines because they're the way people talk in a Wes Anderson film is not the way people talk in real life. It's like it's a spin on it. But it's like poetry. So to keep people in that world is it shows on the screen because they don't, they're already in it. So we're moving on from French Dispatch. I wanted to know if there's people out there that are interested in working in film, specifically in the camera department, what would be the best piece of advice that you would offer them?
Follow your dream. If you want to work on the camera department, just follow your dream. If it's your dream, you will do it. You will do an amazing job.
I love that answer. Follow your dreams, kids, because she said so. Now, here we go. Pop quiz hot shot. You're locked in a room 1 year. You can only bring one single film with you. What's the name of that film?
It will be True Romance.
Ooh, all right.
Yeah, good choice.
There you go. That put a little smile on you.
Yeah. Well, now it makes sense why you're excited. Oh, I would love to work on a Wes Anderson film.
Yes.
Being a fan of some of the True Romance. Yeah, you're an indie darling.
There we go.
So before we say goodbye, just
I'm when you didn't want to say it. You were like, "Man, this is going so well." But
yeah, I have more.
Go ahead, read it. You did good.
Are there any parting words that you'd like to leave the audience with, or any upcoming projects that you'd like to let the audience know about?
Yeah, I look very exciting about the next movie that I was working on a few months ago. I'm very excited to see it because I think guys will talk about it in 6 months.
Okay,
that's a teaser.
I think we'll do it when we see it.
It's a very interesting movie, and it was epic also to do it, and with the crew we have a lot of behind the scene, very exciting.
Thank you so much for taking the time out of your day. We truly appreciate you making the time out.
Thank you, Lara. Have a great night.
Thank you. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you.